This is Me Before Mom, the podcast that helps moms stay connected to themselves while doing the most important job they'll ever have. And I'm your host, Bert Anderson. Hello, guys. Today is part 5 of our Affirmations for Moms. If you're just joining us and you have no idea why you should be practicing positive affirmations, why don't you head back to part 1, or you can click on the link in the show notes and you can go and read about why you should be practicing positive affirmations and how you can practice positive affirmations. So I'll just repeat for you guys again. It's a little refresher. Doesn't matter how you choose to practice these positive affirmations. You can say them silently in your head. You can say them out loud, looking at yourself in a mirror, or you can write them down. The important thing is that you do it. So however it works for you to practice these, pick the best one. Today, what I want to talk about and highlight is this particular affirmation that I read, and it took me, I read it like 2 or 3 times because I was like, what? I'm going to read it for you right now. As I teach my kids today, I will also be open to the lessons they can teach me. Have you ever thought about how your kids are teaching you? I wish I had some really concrete examples of this for you. I know that I have experienced it. Actually, I do have a concrete example as I am talking about it right now. Admittedly, I did not pay a lot of attention in science class as a kid. I didn't really like science. It wasn't my jam. Too much technical things. I'm more creative. So we were sitting at the table talking about, I don't know what was, things floating. What would float if you put it in a pool? And my son said, well, would a grape float? And then my daughter, who is in 1st grade, was like, no, the grape wouldn't float because it's denser than the apple is, and the apple has more air in it, and that's why the apple floats and the grape doesn't. And I looked at her and I was like, what? So now I have started looking at objects and thinking whether or not they're dense and compact, like Kendall, my 1st grader, taught me. Hopefully there are other things that you learn from your children, but it could be a very basic science lesson that, yeah, she picked it up from a TV show. It's on Netflix. But our kids are teaching us. Like, there are things that they're learning, whether it's an academic thing or just life in general, you know, and we need to be open to those lessons and how they are teaching us. So just think about that. As I teach my kids today, I will also be open to the lessons they can teach me. Okay, let's dive in. Here are your affirmations. I'm going to try to say this one in an accent because it needs to be said in an accent, but it'll probably be bad. Nope, totally not going to say it in an accent, guys. Okay, never look back. It distracts from the now. That's by Edna Mode in the movie Incredibles. It's a great quote to live by. Never look back. She says it to Bob. She's like, I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. She's talking about like her fashion and stuff, how she doesn't look in the past. It's true. I mean, we should learn from the past, but don't dwell there. Don't live there. Because it does distract from the now. Next one. And this kind of is, we talked a lot about this in part 4. It's kind of the same idea, but today is just one day. It's similar in the positive affirmation in part 4, which was, this too shall pass. Same idea. Today is just one day. You're having a really bad day with your kids. You know, maybe you have a baby who just is not sleeping, or they're teething and you cannot get anything done and they won't let you put them down. Today is just one day. or you have the snotty, tween who is really sassy and driving you crazy because they just think you're dumber than a box of rocks. Today is just one day. It's just one day. Next one. My family sees the best in me. Again, as we're saying these things, it's not what you might actually believe. That's why we're saying them. Because we are practicing speaking to ourselves in the hopes that we will begin to believe these things that we're saying. So maybe you don't think that your family sees the best in you. They do. So you need to say that to yourself. My family sees the best in me. Next one. Every challenge I face makes me stronger as a mother. I don't know what challenge you're facing right now. Maybe it's something that your kids are going through. Maybe it's something you're going through. Maybe you feel like you can't even get out of bed in the morning. This challenge, you need to work through it, and it's going to make you stronger as a mom. I promise. You just have to hang in there. I really like this next one a lot. I will show my children how to advocate for kindness and justice. We want change in the world, be the change. This is that idea. But we have the ability as mothers to shape the next generation so that they advocate for kindness and justice. I mean, think about that. I mean, we're raising the next generation, guys. We can leave this earth in a better place than we had it. There is a lot of power in that. Next one. I am more than enough. You have to say that to yourself a lot sometimes as a mom, as a woman. I am more than enough. You are more than enough. Next one. This one might be hard to say to yourself because I don't think that we really believe this, which is why it's a good idea to practice this affirmation and to say it to yourself. I am lovable and deeply loved. Particularly the I am lovable part. Sit on that. Next one. I take care of my body, mind, and soul. I don't know what that looks like for you, but you should be taking care of your body, mind, and soul. This next one is a lot of these are about like self-love and self-care. These particular affirmations I'm reading about. So this one is, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Don't focus on what you want to change about yourself. Love and accept yourself exactly as you are. Maybe you want to lose 10 pounds. Maybe you want perkier boobs. I don't know what you want. But let's start with loving and accepting ourselves exactly where we are. Love yourself right now, in the here and now. Okay, next one. I am unwavering in my love for my children. We know that. You are. You are unwavering in your love for your children. This is one. I know, I didn't say next one, but this is one. It's going to be okay. Maybe you have found yourself in a situation where your husband or significant other has left you and you feel like you're drowning and there's no possible way you can do this. This is one of those ones where you need to look at yourself in the mirror and you need to say, it's going to be okay. And you need to say it over and over and over again until you really begin to believe with every fiber in your being that it's going to be okay. Can you do that for me? Can you look at yourself and say that? It's going to be okay. You know, right now as I'm saying that, I can think of all these friends that I know who are going through really, really tough things. I have a friend whose baby died over the summer. And I would say to her, if she was sitting across from me, I would say, I want you to look in the mirror and tell yourself it's going to be okay. It will. You'll begin to feel that way. I promise. You just have to stick through it. So no matter what you do, no matter how you are practicing these, whether you're saying them out loud or whether you're saying them in your head, if you're writing them down, just do it. Just practice it every single day. If you haven't been taking notes, surprise, you should have been taking a note. I'm just kidding. Don't. You don't need to be taking notes right now. We have all of these written down for you. You can access them by looking at the show notes. They're linked up. So you can go back and you can print off your own copy. You know, I want for you to be able to really take these on as your own and practice this as something that you do every day to help you get through the day. Because sometimes the days are long and hard. I'm not going to add, but the years are short, because I really hate when people say that. But you get the gist, right? So I want to know how you guys are doing on these. I want your feedback. So be sure to connect with me. Again, look at the show notes. We're in this together. We're united as a front. And it's going to be okay. And above all else, in all of this, be kind to yourself. Always be kind. That's all we have. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to connect with me on bertmanderson.com, and please visit our website, matriarchdm.com, for all of the show notes and to hear other awesome podcasts.